Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. 60 and Me is a community of women over 60 who are aging beautifully and really trying to make the most out of this incredible time in their lives. And whatever you've chosen as your lifestyle in retirement, this is a time of opportunity and fun. There's lots we can be doing, and 60 and Me is here for you. We have articles on all kinds of topics, ranging from retirement, financial security, health and well-being, fashion, beauty, all kinds of things. But today I wanted to kind of go to a different level and talk about just retirement and moving into a new lifestyle and as you get older and move into this nebulous concept called retirement. And I would say probably most of the women that are watching here are in some kind of shift from what they've been doing in the past and in some kind of semi-retirement. We have a lot of women actually in their 50s too, so there's still a lot still working in their 50s and 60s, but I think we're getting ready for that transition. Now, Susan Honeygood is one of our bloggers, and she wrote this article on embracing life in your 60s fully. And not sort of eliminating options, not sort of, now what's the word, like negotiating with yourself about what you have to give up because of your age. You can just now do so much more than you ever probably thought was possible. So I want to talk to you about what she considers the 4 lifestyles that we can choose as we move into this wonderful time of our lives. Now, I'm 72, so when I started 60 and Me, I was 64, and I've been 59 for many, many years when I decided that it was kind of time to own up and move forward. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like, we all say this, we don't feel 60 or 70. We just feel like we are on a journey of just beautiful transition. Yes, we're getting more wrinkles. Yes, we're doing all these things that are, kind of new to us, because there is that newness about being 60. We're trying things, that we maybe have done many times before, but with a new lens. So that's the kind of thing that's important. Many of us, have different passions than we did when we were younger. I mean, I never really, had crafting and jewelry making and things like that. I never really sat down for very long to do those kinds of things, but now I love it. And paper, I play with paper. I've got some really cool washi tape, and I play with washi tape and just scrapbooking. Anyway, I digress. But so there's different lifestyles that Susan talks about, and maybe we'll talk about whatever you're doing. Maybe you've moved to a retirement community. Maybe you're moving into a more solitary confinement because of the lockdown. But all in all, we're building a new life. So first lifestyle could be contentment. I want a peaceful life. I know when we ask about things like dating and whether we're going to take on any of these new adventures as we get older, a lot of women just say, no, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to have a nice quiet life here, that life of quiet contentment, not looking for acceptance, not looking for acknowledgement. I don't care what people think. I'm just going to do my thing. And some women, I think a lot of people in our community would consider themselves introverts. And maybe that's something that happens as we get a little older and we're less fueled by, going out with other people and being in crowds, being in community. Maybe just having a few friends now, people who are like-minded, people that have the same passions and interests. I find, I'm interested in conversation now, like more than just quick activity and, going out to a party or whatever. I'm just interested in sitting down with a cup of tea or coffee and just having a chat about a movie or a book or, sharing a craft or sharing some story. And, I find that that's a very valid, goal. It's just to live a life of contentment, possess a quiet power. Now, Susan actually talks about these 4 lifestyles that she slips into, all of them. They're all ones that she feels describe her. So I think there's an element of that in everybody. Maybe some for you it's more than others. The other is a career and busy lifestyle. So she has a career, she's a writer, she's a blogger, she's in journalism, she's an amazing, active woman. Like me, same. I've got, my job here with 60 and Me. I love doing what I'm doing, and I live a very busy life. I'm on email all the time, I'm writing articles, I'm doing videos, and maybe you're not doing all those things, but still, being productive and doing something that is measurable, that you enjoy doing. And maybe it's something like you're looking after your grandchildren more now, or you're participating as a substitute teacher somewhere, or you're sharing some of the knowledge that you have spent years accumulating. You're such a wise woman now. You've got so much knowledge and experience. And so emotionally and physically, you're active and you've got a dynamic lifestyle. And maybe more than anything, you feel that your life is relevant. And we always talk about 60 and me having passion and purpose, as the two sort of pivots. And so is that you too? Maybe it's both of those things, quiet contentment and also a busy, active woman in the world, and that's okay. Maybe more than others, but these are things that Susan says she's all of these, and I kind of agree that there's an element of all of that. I'm losing my son. I hope it's okay. It's getting a bit dark here. I should probably turn on a light if I can turn on one of my studio lights, but I'm going to keep going because it's kind of a natural light and it's okay. Mother Nature does its thing with the light. I'm looking right at a window, so it's getting shady. Anywho, the next thing that a lot of people would describe themselves as is a survivor. And maybe a survivor is what you're thinking is the best definition of what you are and what you do. And it's like, okay, many people have been impacted by COVID. Seriously, and many people have lost people. Many people have, found their lives completely shattered and altered by that reality. And many people have been impacted by widowhood. They've lost a partner or they've lost a really close girlfriend. This happens, as we get older, it just happens. And that's sad. And it's really hard to, sometimes keep that in perspective. But that is another reason that it's beautiful to acknowledge the lifestyle. That could be a lifestyle that weaves into your other two, the quiet contemplative lifestyle and the busy active. We have to deal with loss. And Susan, was widowed in her 40s. She got cancer in her 50s. Her husband's son committed suicide when she was in her 60s. So she's just one example of a woman who considers herself a survivor. And I think that's a very powerful acknowledgement that we need to sometimes make. And she says, seek help. If you're in that lifestyle right now and you're dealing with a loss of some kind, go ahead and be sure that you seek some help if you need it. And of course, community helps. And that's kind of why 60 and Me is here for you too. We actually are here to give you a sense of companionship. And by the way, we have a really wonderful supporters group. It's called, it's our Patreon group. And if you're interested in joining a smaller, kind of more intimate group where we have something called the Friendship Lounge. We meet twice a week. It's a live show where people get together, we talk, we share. It's really powerful, and you're welcome, of course, to join that. It is a supporters group, so be aware of that. But it's Patreon, patreon.com/60andme. And some great women there. It's really, really fun. People are making friends, and it's just lovely. It's hard in a big group like 60 and Me to actually get that sense of community, that intimacy, but that's an option for you. Anywho, a new purpose is the fourth and lifestyle that Susan talks about, and it's back to that, combination of finding the thing that you know how to do, that you love to do, that you're good at, something that you can really share with others, and putting it into practice, And there's so many things that we maybe assume that we haven't got any value anymore, that we just we're not doing anything that's relevant. But one of the things that Susan talks about is keeping a journal. And I actually keep a journal too. I've actually got my journal actually right by my side because I write in it all the time. And sometimes it's just one word. It's just like, okay, I got to the end of this day and I have really got nothing to talk about or to write about, but it's just a word. It kind of encapsulates the whole day. And maybe that's a practice that you could get into, and do it yourself. It's really fun. And keep a journal for 3 months, she says. Never miss a day. Write one word or two words or two sentences or whatever you can, and then go back and read it at the end of the 3 months, and you'll see how much you've done, how much you've accomplished, how much you have contributed. And I think that I underlined these words in my notes because I think it is so important, and that is happiness takes work. You've got to want it. You've got to want to make friendships. So when I say come and join our Patreon group, that's just one option that we've got. But it's a step you can take to actually meet other people, just get out of yourself. And by the way, those live shows that I mentioned you don't have to be like visible. It's not like Zoom or anything. You can just tune in, listen, join the conversation, and no one sees you. And it's really, really personal. And then also I do exclusive videos and other, just tours around the town or things I'm keeping busy with. And it's just a way of connecting. So come and join us if you'd like. I would like to ask you kind of what your lifestyle is now that you're approaching or in retirement. And it doesn't have to be like, not working or doing anything, but what of these lifestyles do you tend to be leaning towards? Or are you, like Susan, like, you have all of these in your life, the contemplative, the survivor, the busy woman, or the life of purpose? Which one do you think is fitting your style and your personality? I just want you to know, by the way, how important you are to me personally at 60andMe. I really love having you in this community. I love having you in my life, and thank you, for the contributions that you make, just leaving messages and notes and just supporting each other. So if you see somebody who's left a comment and it's something that you resonate with, go ahead and chat. Just like it. Just be there for each other. I think it's an opportunity that we have here at 60andMe. Okay, everybody, well, have a really lovely day wherever you are in this world, and we'll talk again very, very soon. Love you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.